You know, that last part always brings me joy. For that one episode where we talked about hidden messages and some of our favorite cartoons. That's a great episode if you ever get a chance to check it out. Welcome to the Four Letter Nerd, a Hyro Geek Unlimited production, where we say Hyro Geek Unlimited like you're in a fraternity or sorority, a Greek foundation. I'm the host for today, Mayhem, Materina Mayhem, because they're paying me. And really quickly, we have a pretty good show. We're back from Colorado Comic Con. As you can see, I'm in the background. You can always check us live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Streamyard if they have a thing, all that good stuff. I just really wanted to say before I bring out my contestants, my fellow hosts. I've been lucky enough to meet a lot of great people in my life. 30 plus years. I don't want to give out away how old I am, but you can guess. I've been really lucky to get a lot of great adventures, a lot of great opportunities, meet great people who have been introduced in my life and stay in my life. Some of the people here are really great examples of that. I'm actually not going to bring them out. I was going to do one by one. Really quickly, I got a chance to do Colorado Con, and I got to see what it was like on the other side. And I'll talk to you about that, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. The person I met named Sebastian from a job at Cablevision years ago introduced me to his group of friends. We did a Comic-Con via the interweb. Okay, went back when COVID was around. I knew of Burgie. I knew of Hash. Hash put me on a show afterwards. Me and Burgie, we were here. That's my brother from another mother. You know what I'm saying? And we got to do a great show that stopped. I got to meet Katarina, also brother from another mother. Although she identifies as a woman, I'm just teasing her. And then also I got to meet Reggie and Mia, who actually was kind enough to get me one of my honestly priceless artifacts here of the Black Panther. And I say all this to say that years later, after doing so many shows with them, I was able to be on the other side helping out on some of the passion projects and some of the things that they do for Comic-Con. So I'm really blessed. I definitely want to say thank you to Burgie, thank you to Katarina, thank you to Mia and Reggie for believing in me. They still in the back. Michael's is a difficult store for me to get to. It's right by Target and Best Buy. It's my weakness. Okay. Thank you guys for allowing me to be me. Thank you for helping me experience things. Thank you for helping me to grow. You guys have been more impactful in more ways than one in my life. I love you guys. Let's bring them in. First up, of course, Mr. Black from the waist down. Mr. You know him. You got his cup. You make it famous every day. We got rid of it we raffled it off at the Comic-Con. Big Daddy Burgie.
Seriously, I still can't believe that kid won the prize and he took my shirt.
He loved it.
Did you know that there was better things on that table with the comic books and everything else that was on there? And he said, you know what? I want that bald, beautiful bastard right there with the hairy chest and those hairy legs. And he was like, you know what? Tom Selleck does it for me. And he chose me. I feel special.
Up. We should have gotten his contact information so that we could randomly hit him up at 3 months and ask, where's that shirt now?
So do you still using that shirt, or is it like a rag now? Like I'm out there cleaning my car or something. That's gonna work for me.
Same idea. Next up, we have the lady who has apparently recovered from an eardrum blast, but still the glue of the show, Katarina.
What? I'm sorry, what did you say?
What? What?
I would like to start off by saying that I identify as a French cruller.
You know what? Fair enough.
I ain't arguing with her. It's a losing argument. I don't bother.
Yeah, shoot.
One thing I do have to say for Burgie is he says that I'm too nice, right? But at the same time, he never argues with me.
It's when I do say you are too nice, it's like you are absolutely, God blessing, sickeningly nice. But please never change that ever about you. But also at the same time, I know I get that mom look every once in a while when you're like, I'm right, you're wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You can't argue with that.
Hey, Jazz. Listen, I know she has some nice adjacent tendencies. I was supposed to get a pickling, And
Oh,
shout out to me for missing that one.
for
you
anyone
got
that
so
was
lucky.
following that saga, Reggie agreed to the pickling, but I was going to surprise everyone and actually throw it at Mayhem for using his megaphone in my freaking ear on day one. But he must have had like his spidey senses must have been tingling because
My
he
mayhem
ducked out
sense.
early and did not show up to the great pickling.
Yeah, I would take you
Hence
too long.
avoiding getting whapped in the face. And I have to give it up to Reggie and Mia for putting that together. And that edit was hilarious.
Facts.
Oh my
Facts.
god.
Hey, I do have a Care Bear t-shirt that says hug dealer, so that
Love it. Love it. We'll quickly
I'm rocking your shirt, Kevin. Again,
I'm rocking
you always catch me when I'm wearing your shirt.
my hero. Let's bring in obviously my other brother from another mother, Mr. Reginald. So-
Hey,
I love
everyone.
I love the fact one of my favorite moments with you, Reggie, actually, because I have much more with everybody here. But when I came up was when we're voguing, and you and I are just voguing like, and then we both stop at the same time. We're like, "You're not ready for this. You're not ready for this." Like, that was totally unplanned.
Was that on the
We knew,
dance
we
floor
knew.
at the show? At the
No, that
they
was
were
here,
like
we
the
go screaming.
Butabi brothers.
Oh my god, did I just see a coffee mug?
It's a special coffee mug.
It's the mug I've been rocking since this went live. I think I was the very first order of this mug, to be honest.
You were.
Definitely would. His
Um,
hood sense was tingling.
No regrets.
No
Listen,
regrets. None
Listen,
whatsoever.
I'll start off by saying working con. I think I went to the one in Rhode Island where I actually attended the con, and I'll say this like I said last night on Nerds Around. Shout out to Nerds Around for being here. Going to a con is totally different than working one. Now, I believe no matter what, whether you're working one or going to one, you're still going to spend some money. Cons are like gambling or casinos for gamblers.
And the
Like-
house always wins.
Yes, because you're thinking, all right, there's nothing on this section I really want to do. Then you go to the next section, like, God, there was a $150 piece of Avatar, The Last Airbender, with 4 different picks of like Aang, Toph, Zuko, and Katara, and I was like, I'm a dad. I'm broke. I shouldn't be spending this money. I was sweating, bro. I was sweating. Like
The
Were-
bane
were
of
they-
my existence
were-
is always legging less.
Were they individual like images, each of them?
yes, yes.
Was that in the
Ice
ice wall
rink.
where?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So that's V1 Tech, dude. Their
Yep.
shit is so awesome.
They're at all of our shows, so if you're local to Marlboro, Mass, they'll be at TerrorCon.
Just a little tidbit for you for next time you see him on Sundays after 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're looking to do deals. I'm
Nobody
just
wants to
saying.
pack all that back up.
Yep,
Nobody.
they did. And I literally one day I went up to the guy because I was looking at the same ones, the Avatar ones. And he had a couple cool Dragon Ball ones. I was like, "Yo, how much?" He's like, they're like $60 now." He goes, "But if you hit me back after 3 o'clock, they're like 50% off." I'm like, "Oh, so they might be like 30."
Yo, had
I
I
might
known,
come back.
you know, okay.
Bro,
Anyway,
Talk to me, bro.
Bruh.
I got.
you know,
He said,
definitely,
Bruh.
definitely. No,
Okay,
because
bro.
it was amazing, and you know, I
Was-
love Avatar.
Was this the guy that did the brush art ones where it's like you can see the brush splatter? The one up
No.
against the-
No.
They were like
I'll send you
metallic.
the link. I'll send you the thing. It was amazing. So anyway, whether you're working it or going to it, there's no way you're not going to spend something.
Have a budget,
yes,
gonna blow it.
legit.
Have a budget,
and stick
but
to
you're
it.
gonna blow it.
And get your cash before you get there because the ATMs
Oh, God.
Oh,
run out of money.
Yes.
We went through so much money at those damn ATMs, man. Oh,
Yep.
crazy.
Can I ask you a question? Well, maybe you can answer this. Why don't the ATMs have like a specific contract with cons?
We do.
Okay.
So one of the things like that with the venue has their own ATMs and stuff like that, and they only have a certain amount because they're expecting something like a lot of the venues that we do sometimes something like the
Yep.
Broadmoor. They're built more towards like
Hey.
concerts and
Right.
or like a basketball game or
Like
something
sporting
like that.
events. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not expecting somebody to come up and be like, all right, I need like $1,000 for like, 10 autographs and photo ops and whatnot and stuff like that. And then times that by like, I don't know, at this show was over 35,000 plus people.
Yeah.
So we ran ATMs dry to the point where like, Saturday night, I'm on the phone with the ATM guy. I'm on the phone with the bank. I'm on the phone with the Broadmoor. I'm like, where can we get money? I need money. Who do you got? What do you got? All right, you got 20 grand? All right, you got 10 grand? All right, we're pulling whatever we could to get it into those ATMs for Sunday.
Jeez.
Just
Okay.
to fill those. So it's
Okay.
kind of crazy. And we do have stuff. Like at Rhode Island, we have like 30 ATMs. Skit all around the
Right.
place, around the celebrities, the photo
Yeah.
ops, and like the main entrances and stuff like that. Because a lot of now the other downfall is a lot of the vendors and celebrities and artists are going cash only.
Right.
Mm.
So
Because they have to pay for Wi-Fi or internet access. Even with that, when you get thousands of people in a building, the internet gets bogged down. Things stop
Yes.
working. They run out of battery on their chips readers.
There's other
but-
reasons why they're going cash only. It's harder to trace.
I mean,
especially
if you don't have to pay taxes
especially in
on
a
it.
tax paying. That's what I'm saying. Especially in a tax paying place.
Mhm.
But we did tell the ATM guy when he came. I think
yeah.
it was Thursday morning or Friday
Yep.
morning that there were going to be thousands upon thousands of people
Yep.
there that weekend. And I think that they were like, all right, let's say 10,000 people. Well, I don't think they even thought 10,000 people. Let's say 5,000 people, and they all take out, I don't know, $60. This should be enough money, and that's just not how that works.
You know
Yep.
what? I want to really quick. I think the average spending is about $100. Granted, every individual purchase, it may be like $40, $60. It may be, but if you come to con, I think at least 1 to 2 days, it's about $100, depending. If you
That's
come
a
all 3
very
days-
conservative
I
number.
think,
Yeah.
and I was gonna say, if you come 2 to 3 days, you're gonna spend more. So obviously, you guys would know as you've done different cons. I'm talking for myself, who had surprisingly control.
If
'Cause that
if you're
$150
going to any of the celebrity areas, you're going to be spending like at least $60 per autograph, depending on who the
On the low
celebrity is. Some of them charge hundreds of dollars for
Yeah.
you know. I had
Hey.
yeah.
What up,
Yeah,
Stevie?
some of our photo ops are that as well. And then once you get onto the vendor
Mhm.
floor, yes, you can find things for $1, $5, $10, but the vast majority, especially if you're hitting up Artist Alley, you're looking at $100
Jolene,
at one
facts.
table and forget about trying to get a commission. You should have
Oh.
done that 2 weeks before the con even came to lock in a spot.
Right.
Unless you're trying to get one of those 3x5s that they do at the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes the small sketches you might get them for like $10 to $20, depending on what it is, the head sketch or everything. I know I picked up a sketch from Amanda Connors. I absolutely love Amanda Connors. I think she's a phenomenal artist, and I'm not sure if it's her boyfriend or husband, Jimmy Palometti.
Mhm.
And I went and got one because I have a Scar Disney blank cover, and I went and had her do a sketch for me. On the low end, that still cost me $2. She normally charges $5 or better.
Yeah.
And there are other artists there that will literally, and I mean, they're no doubt like Simon Beasley. His artwork usually goes $250 to $500 minimum for a quick head sketch. Eddie Riggs, I'm sorry, Derek Riggs, who does Eddie from Iron Maiden. He's a ballpoint pen for all his sketches. They start at $500 and go up.
Right.
So, and you got, and not for nothing, like, but you're going to get one of a kind, something unique and different that you're not just going to pull off a comic book or off a shelf
Yeah.
or
Right.
go see someone like the people that do like the prints and stuff like that. It's something that's kind of rinse and
And
repeat. And
If you get something and the person behind you sees them like, oh my gosh, I like that. I want the same thing. It's still not going to be the same thing. It's still
No.
going to be a unique, one of a
Yeah.
kind piece of work. And
I- Good.
Go ahead. No,
no,
you go.
I was gonna say I bought art from Greg Krivek. He's a great artist, does some amazing, like almost looks real with some of his artwork. And I bought that last year walking around the con. People were like, yo, where'd you get that? The guy right over here, Greg Krivak over near Artist Alley. People were going to him and they were telling him they saw me walking around with his art. I came back by. He's like, dude, you're my best salesperson. I didn't even pay you. I was like, just remember that next time I come up, I want a little discount, you know? But that's
I
what
want
you'll see.
5%.
You'll
off
see
from
fans
every
do
sale.
that. They walk around the con and they see stuff and they're like, yo, where'd you get that? Where was that at?
Yeah.
Whether it's art, a toy, collectible, people looking
I
for
did
stuff.
that when I was up doing security on Sunday. This guy had a plush AT-AT, and I'm like, yo, and it was so cute. I'm like, where did you get that? He's, oh yeah, it's a vendor right up around the corner. I'm like, if I had the money, I'd go get a plush AT-AT.
Oh, Toink. That was Toink. They do
Oh,
all
no.
the mystery
They got-
boxes.
Nope. They got way too much of the wife's money last year. Actually, they got all of her money last year. She bought 4 mystery boxes from them. 4.
Eh?
One giant one, one big one, a medium one, and a small one. She's like, she kept, because they were right across, and she kept buying. And she said, I want another. Oh, I want the, oh, Minecraft. Oh, Star Wars. Oh, Harry Potter. Oh, I'm like, you're going to spend all your money in one spot. I'm okay with that. And then, of course, she wasn't okay with it. I need this. Didn't
The
she
amount of
charge you budget?
people whenever we post about a new person coming to Rhode Island, I think we have 144 guests so far coming to Rhode Island Comic Con.
Bro,
Every
you're
time we
killing it.
post
just gonna sit here
somebody
and cry.
else, they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to take out a second mortgage just to get all the autographs that I want."
Yo,
And
Yeah.
and honestly, you look at like our lineup for Rhode Island, but look at what our lineup was for Colorado.
Yeah.
Bro,
So this is
Gamble,
this is our
William
16,
Shatner,
17, 18, 19,
Cassandra
20,
Peterson.
This is our 7th year at that venue. I seriously think this is our best lineup that we had
Yep.
at Colorado.
You had too many. Basically, Mayhem became a traffic director for our lane
Yeah, right.
because people
144.
did not
Yep.
know how to go up and down the lane and let people by.
yo,
And they got
Bergie.
crazy about it.
I don't know how big Rhode Island is, but if you
Pretty
decide you
freaking
want
big.
to, if you want me to volunteer and all this other stuff, I already have plans for it because I don't know if I'm allowed to do it, but directing traffic to help people, man.
I might put Mayhem right in front of the photo op area.
You know, Kyle
People are
would
gonna
love
move
that
just for
with
one
his
simple
little
fact that he's annoying.
megaphone.
Yep, he's annoying with that megaphone. He'd be like, "F this, I'm out of here. I can't stay here
First
with
of
this
all, Mayhem, I'm the one that does the volunteers. Okay, buddy.
Oh, okay. I'm
For that, I'm sticking you in the show store.
you still hear me. I got a nice picture that they sent in the group chat. I thought was dope. And
Oh
that-
yeah, my boy Joe took that.
yeah, that was amazing. Tell him I said
Joe
thank
Matt
you if he's not
and
watching
his
today.
awesome
Yeah,
pictures.
Joe McDonald. One,
It-
a staff show photographer. He's pretty
Yeah, he-
amazing, and his daughter Hope was kicking butt in our panel area.
Nice. Because not too much I can fit in my tote. I feel
I
you.
hear you.
Here
Matter of fact, I gotta hit up one of our peoples because I think she still has one of my paintings. I didn't want to bring it on the American Airlines real quick. Let me just vent real quick.
Go for it. You got the audience.
I generally fly JetBlue, and I think I've done American Airlines once and maybe Spirit. Okay, when I tell you, oh yeah, there's the picture. Of
There
me.
it
Oh,
is.
there it is.
Cutie.
Thank you.
When
When I
before Cat wanted to kill him.
No. This was after because he did that Friday. Was it Thursday or Friday morning?
Friday
Where
morning.
was
Friday.
I?
Friday
What
morning.
the hell?
You were off being Bergie.
Yeah, you
I
were
know.
off
You were off being
you were off politicking.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
My
So
job never ends.
we found you a DJ. So when I tell you, I don't know if it's just the Dallas. Okay, everybody say hi to the little one because she's deciding to make an announcement.
Jordan.
Say
I love
hi.
you too, Jolene.
Say hey.
Hello.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi,
You smile, little
Jordan.
lady. Say hi.
It's
Okay.
my birthday twin.
The birthday twin. Say hi. All right, go watch Nemo. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love you. So she always comes in and says hi. So like, whenever I thought I was gonna die on the runway, whenever they hit the runway, they gas it, they land the wheels, and the wheels are not straight. If you drive, you know exactly what I mean, and then they break. Bruh. And then the Ricky Dink little airplanes got so much turbulence in the air.
Mhm.
I'm like, this would be so messed up if I died on the runway. I got to my destination and died on the runway. Jeez. Anyway, it was amazing. I guess let's talk about some of our experiences, particularly at this Colorado Con. This will be my first con, so I'll go last, obviously. But I know you guys are a little bit more experienced and all that good stuff. You guys can choose. I'm just gonna answer some of these comments.
I will go first.
Mhm.
So, actually, let me
We
bring that
do.
up.
But I
we
thought
do.
it was supposed to be white or pink.
Okay.
Let
Steven.
me go and get
Thank you. Thank you. She got it all
that.
for me. Purple shirt, not blue. Okay. Go ahead, Reg.
I've got my photos
Mhm.
from the first time I went to Colorado Springs Comic Con, and I want to share those real quick.
Oh, from
Oh,
2016.
boy.
I got this one.
This is
Please do.
2018. Hold on, I post a lot of pictures. Hold on, I am sorry.
Tim, what's up?
What up, Tim?
Hey, Tim.
Album.
Tim, I have not forgotten about you. I promise. I'm working on that. You know the message you sent.
You know what he's talking about.
You know what
You know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
Jolene.
saying, right?
Jolene with the green hat tips it. You know what it means.
All right, so this was my first Comic Con that I attended.
Mhm.
Like attended. And after this, I did do Denver Comic Con when it was still Denver Comic Con.
Before it became all
So-
bougie.
Before whatever it is now that whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I didn't take a lot of pictures because, you know, I was new to this. I was literally walking around in amazement. I'm sure I walked past one of the two of you at some point in time, because this was at the the lodge over on the west side on Nevada.
Yeah. You would have walked by me because Kat wasn't part of the staff back then.
Nope.
Okay. So you probably saw me
I was
wandering
not even a twinkle in the eye.
Okay.
And so I was having fun with my friends. I was running around. There's Master Roshis, and I was just having a blast and just taking all kinds of pictures and having fun.
How long ago was this?
This was 2018. When did y'all go to Sears?
2018.
Okay,
Yeah.
so never mind. This was the first one. This is 2017.
Okay,
And-
2017 was the Hummer building, and 2016 was the one that was converted into a military thing. The military bought us out.
Okay, I don't know that one. But
Yeah.
this was the lodge on North Nevada, and of course, there's my picture with Steve. And I forgot.
So
that I
no,
took
this
pictures-
is the building. You were 2016. You were at that building.
okay. 2016.
August
So
27th.
yeah.
So you were at our first show, our first Comic-Con.
Okay, so yeah, and of course, I found Steve, and I didn't realize it was Steve until last year, and I'm like, wait a minute. Because I was going through my pictures, like, oh snap, it's Steve. And of course, he's been Loki at all the Colorado Springs Comic Cons, and he does such a great job, especially when he gets into character. And it's just, I was having a blast, and I was taking as many pictures.
That was our first building.
And I specifically went there to get this photo and this autograph because I was all about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And there's Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And there's one of the Ghostbuster cars from the Colorado Springs Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And
Oh my
Rick
god,
and
who
Morty.
is that?
I know, right? No mustache, no beard,
mustache,
and
beard.
afro.
Baby
Right?
looking.
16 years ago, maybe.
I know, right? Yeah, and of course the
Oh, the
Captain
Jack
Jack
Sparrow.
is
Oh
always
yeah.
there, always there, and it's just I had a blast, and going from that to being being a volunteer to being on the other side has been one of the best experiences in my life. I like everything about it has been a trip, and it's been wonderful, and I've enjoyed the absolute hell out of it. So I can't even explain. It's just so wonderful because I got to see it from the floor perspective. I got to see it from the volunteer's perspective, and as the vendor tier.
Vendor tier.
You're welcome, vendor tier. And it's just a fun thing
Yes,
to do
please.
all around. If you have the chance, I'm telling you once again, volunteer at your local con. It could be Colorado Springs Comic Con, TerraCon, whatever. Go volunteer at your local con. Talk to Kat if it's from Altered Reality. She's the one to hit up on that. But
Why would you want to volunteer anywhere else other than an ARE function? Like
Grant, y'all are the best.
There are volunteers that are watching this right now that can attest. We give you a first class experience, and then when you try to leave us, like Reggie did, we make you work for us anyway.
Yeah.
But it's with love.
You get
Somehow his,
voluntold.
his application was put in before he even knew about it. It was amazing.
Right?
I don't
The
know.
applications were open. It was in there.
Weird.
It's like it manifested itself.
Right?
There goes one. I was also say be prepared, wear comfortable
baby.
shoes.
Yes, wear comfortable shoes. You're on the move, and you work there. You can't volunteer as tribute.
Something that I learned from
wife
Burgie
does.
is new socks for every show. We all have about a gajillion pairs of socks now
Is
because
that
we
why
all
Emily
buy
got so many socks
brand-
randomly someday? A few years
telling
ago?
that it wasn't for that, but it was just because we wanted to do something nice and funny, and we thought that socks would be because she does like fun socks, and then it just kind of spiraled uncontrollably. from there.
And
Um,
I was gonna say
Go
for
ahead.
me with the socks, because I like the sock thing is if you swap out your socks during the day walking around a convention, your feet will literally thank you all day long. Because you're swapping out socks and it's a fresh thing. You give your feet a chance to like kind of breathe for a second, throw a new pair of socks on, and then put them back in your shoes. It literally will help you. I try to do mine about midday. So if like Saturday morning, I'm there on site 7 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning, I change them out about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I dip upstairs to the office. I change out my socks, finish up my day. It literally is life changing. I'm not joking. And I've had other volunteers come to volunteer meetings, and when they sit there and go, "All right, Bergie, what do you got for tips?" and volunteers like, "Oh, I know the socks, and like it works." I was like, "This is funny." Like, I want Hanes to sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really, 'cause
compression socks.
I want free socks.
I would also say invest in good shoes. Like I bought the Skechers, the memory foam, the Arch Fit ones,
Mhm.
and that made a world of difference for me in Colorado. I did have Skechers before that, but that Arch Fit, because I do have like that high arch, I need that extra support. I am definitely somebody who does not like to spend more than like $25 on like anything. That's like my threshold. But yes, invest. And if you don't want to invest in the shoes themselves, please insert something, anything to give your foot that extra support, because the concrete is unforgiving. If you're on the ice, which a lot of these places are like ice halls, hockey arenas, the floor is unforgiving, and you will be standing, if not walking, for most of your day when you go to a convention. That is a very important thing that I don't think people realize. There aren't a lot of places to sit, and a lot of your time is spent there standing and waiting with nothing to lean on to help take the weight off of your feet. So be kind to your feet so that you're not crying by the end of the day.
As someone with flat feet, I definitely use Crocs. If you like Crocs, Crocs are amazing. They definitely helped out. And, you know, like I said, I got flat feet. So my foot is the kind where you put it on like tiles and it expands, and then when it comes up, it makes a sound like I'm duck walking. You know, so I can say Crocs, definitely. You know? But it was amazing. I'm gonna move on to Kat. Kat, what would you like to talk about when it comes to your con experience?
I actually sent a couple of pictures just now when I saw that Reggie had pictures. Yes, the very first pictures that I sent, I met Bergie through a vendor, Hash, somebody that you had mentioned already, when I went to a different convention to do a panel.
Polka for sure.
And then they asked if I would be willing to come back and sit at the altered reality table, because they always like to have somebody in cosplay there. So I came dressed as Bellatrix. And unfortunately, I think Yakko was the one that took that picture, and Bergie wasn't there that day. So that's me and Dave Campbell. That's my first introduction to the people of altered reality. Bergie and I like talked the whole day. We had a great day, and he made me fill out an application like in front of his face.
I did.
And then
you're not the only one that was voluntold there, Reggie.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
They're coming for you next, Mayhem.
So that's me as Bellatrix Lestrange at the Altered Reality promotional table for Rhode Island Comic Con back in, I think, 2017. And then the next pictures are the follow-up to that, my very first Rhode Island Comic Con as a volunteer. I was given the sweet assignment, if you want to just flip to the next one, of wait, where did that go? Right there, being with Billy Boyd, my first time out. Wow. I know I don't look happy there, but I was actually telling somebody I was looking over there because Diamond Dallas Page was right behind that and just on the diamond cutter and almost took us all out. So I was like, what the hell?
What the hell is going on?
Right. And there is a fan getting a very large Lord of the Rings poster filled out. An amazing experience. I definitely drank the Kool-Aid, and now I am a member of the staff handing out those cups of Kool-Aid to anyone willing to let me bully them into coming.
Or unwilling.
You are willing because you did it, and you have the t-shirt and you loved it. You love us so much that you let me throw a pickle at your face.
The pickle that was meant for me, apparently.
Yes, it was meant for you.
Maybe for both of us, but apparently for me. I got out of there.
I can't even, I wanted to say something.
You know what? I thought that was Joanna too. That kind of did look like Joanna, but I don't think it was.
Yeah.
Rebecca said that's actually a good point. You should definitely have a vendor sell custom design socks for a Rhode Island Comic Con for that and anyone else to do but roam around style. Rebecca.
Don't let Steve see that.
Speaking of Steven. So, and that sounds amazing. You look amazing. You kind of remind me of Bleach, one of the 13 captains or whatever it was. So, you don't know what I'm talking about? No. Bleach? Anyway, you look amazing. How about that? You just look amazing. We'll stop there. How long?
Where? Now?
No, in the pictures.
In the picture. The picture of me in my cosplay?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I'm so confused. So I actually attended a couple of altered reality conventions before I
Mhm.
even volunteered. My very first, and the one that I attended the most, was one that was retired and will now be coming back in the next couple of years. It was formerly Comic Con with two N's,
Comic-Con.
and
Mm.
now it's going to be Contropolis, Connecticut, when it does come back, which I think is not next year, but maybe the year after that, depending
up,
on how
Joe?
things work out.
Mhm.
And I went there when it was at the Marriott. I went when it was in Stamford. I went when it was at the Marriott in Trumbull. This is all in Connecticut. And then when it was at the Harbor Yard Arena in Bridgeport, and then when it was at the casino. So I had attended as a fan several times and was very overwhelmed with Rhode Island. Rhode Island was super, super overwhelming for me after having attended. Like that in New York were just very, very, like, I did not like the scope of that in comparison to what I was used to. And once I became a volunteer and then a staff member, now I can't attend other conventions because I'm always looking at the way that they do everything. And when
That
I see
layout's
people
wrong.
that
Those people are
volunteer for
wrong.
us that are volunteering for other conventions and they're coming up to me and they're like, they're not nice. Or like they're not and it's not all conventions. I'm not trying to give other conventions a bad name, but I'm just saying that the experience that I've had as from the other side of the wall now makes attending feel like I if I see something like I want to fix it, but I'm like, no, I don't work here.
Mhm.
Like, but it's like those lines are crooked. Like, where's that? Where's the ADA entrance? Like, where's like what
Yeah.
is going on? Why would they put that there? But
Not
it
your
has ruined,
monkeys,
but also
not
given
your
you another level.
circus.
Yeah. But it's hard, especially when you see people Like
Uh-huh.
Bergie can tell you when he sees his vendor friends at other shows, when we see volunteers at other shows, and you get to know these people and they become your friends and they kind of become like your pseudo family. That's why you have like this being so in demand and so popular because Bergie has made all these amazing connections over
Oh
the
my
years.
God.
But that's what's like they really do become your family. And Reggie, you know this. In Mayhem, you're learning this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
ma'am.
don't just meet people and then it's done. These people become such an
For
integral
real,
part of
Steven.
your lives.
And to go on with like what Kat's saying with that, like to turn your brain off if you do go to another convention, I'm like that when I do visit another convention. Like I don't get to visit many because I work so many of them now, and then when I do get to go to one, it's like I can't shut my brain off because I'm there walking around like who did this? Why is this here? Oh my
Yeah.
God, they're near an exit door. There's a fire exit door. This light aisle is not big enough. That's there. And I start freaking out. So I have to meet up with friends there, like vendors, and talk to them and hang out with them. Just because if not, I freak out because I see it and it's all wrong.
Yeah.
And I have vendors that come up to me like, "Would you have done this?" Oh hell no, I would never have done this for a floor plan. This is ridiculous. I don't know who the hell this is.
Yeah.
And I hear from other shows like I've been to Denver Comic Con many times
you
back in the
this
year.
line control?
Like I was walking around Denver one year and I'm just walking through, just hanging out, and I saw a couple of vendors I remembered from the year before. So, and I stopped by and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I was in the area, thought I'd stop out the show, try to support vendors that support me." They're like, "We don't even know who the person is for this show." Like they don't know who the vendor manager is. They don't know who the con manager is. They don't know who the volunteer coordinator is. They know the security team that's running around yelling at people. That's about
Hey,
it.
Brian.
You know, and it really sucks because we are like a family that does it. It is literally run by a family. That's one of the things I think to me that means a lot to me for this con is it's family run, and we're all friends with everybody. And we all sit there and have just a great time to do it all, and that to me means a lot. You
Now
know?
I am a recent addition, but a lot of these
Correct.
people have known each other since grammar school.
Yeah. You know?
Like, like Steve and Lisa and Angie and Tyrone have all known each other since they were
40,
like Angie and
40
Lisa
plus years.
were 5 years old and Tyrone and Steve were 7 years old. And then everyone else, like they all went to high school together or middle school or they met up in college, but everyone's known each other for well over 10 years.
Oh, easily.
And
me
it's not a company. It's a ragtag group of like family and friends. Like for serious. I mean, like, yes, it is a business, but it's not like Reed Pop or Wizard World or any of those other machines. And I don't say that as a detriment, but this is like you have a president and they've hired people that and you meet each other along the way, where these people were friends and family before they started this, and they're still friends and family now.
Right.
And that's a testament to that.
And like Steve, he decided he's been doing con since like 2004. He's been doing little like South Coast shows, stuff like that. And he decided one day, I want to put on my own show in Rhode Island. And Eric came to me and said, dude, there's a show in Rhode Island. We're going to volunteer for it. I was like, nah, don't want to give my day up like that. Like, why would I? Now look at me.
You gave up your whole life.
Well,
you see the receding hairline? I gave it all up. I gave it all up.
If I could interject really quickly, you are the diamond in the rough, though. Like, I don't think you understand, and I think anybody here who knows your work are very generally appreciative to work with you, to work under you in a sense, because you are like defiant about things. You are just like, boom, this has to be this. You make everything smooth, and I think you make everyone feel welcome. So I think when they have you like, Burgie's here, oh, bet we're gonna have a great time. This is gonna be da 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 da.
He's not even the gold standard. He's the diamond standard.
See,
for sure.
And like, thank you for saying that. That means a lot. That is like that. And I know there's a lot of vendors and artists that would probably, I hope, would say the same thing, because
Definitely they would.
I had to rebuild the floor plan from scratch from a previous show manager, vendor manager, and he really messed some stuff up. And I had to rebuild a lot of stuff. And now you look at what we've been able to accomplish, 7 shows this year. Vendors are following us from show to show to show, and they're doing everything with us, and they can't wait to see what we're doing more. Like, that means a lot to me, because they can spend their money anywhere else.
Now, one thing, if you've ever volunteered with us, we don't have it. There is something that goes into the vendor packets for every show, and it's something saying if you'd like to donate something for us to give the volunteers at the end of the show when we have our raffle. If you've ever been a volunteer with us, you know what I'm talking about. And even on the shows that weren't successful because they're our first year shows and we're going into a territory that the previous convention had like a bad reputation, so we're kind of like being put in that same category as the previous ones, and we kind of have to prove ourselves all over again in these new areas. These vendors still continue to give, and still we're like, I'm with you, whether it's a good show or a bad show, because you guys have always been good to us. And when they say you guys, they're talking about Burgie. They're 100% talking about Burgie. Oh, don't start crying, because I'll start crying.
Trying not to look at you right now.
Okay. But like, for sure it is. And that's why when like people are like, oh,
technical difficulties.
Is Burgie paying her because of all of this stuff that she always says? But it's so freaking true. And I've seen it with my own eyes. And even the people that are here now that are watching, and you can see that what they're saying and what they're reacting. It's all true. Yeah. Big up to Steve and Connie and everyone else that puts on the show. But it's Burgie at the end of the day that gets those vendors, those artists, those cosplayers. He's the one that put everything together and gets them to keep coming back. And hopefully Emily and I are not like we're right in line with him as far as maintaining and retaining the volunteers that we have and helping our volunteer core group grow, because Burgie has set a standard. Like, this is how you treat people, and then they'll do right by you. And it's proven time and time again, and especially this year with 7 shows, 5 of them being first year. Well, excuse me, 4 of them being first year shows.
Yeah. Yeah. But also you can see that there's the, like, where you're saying that you and Emily, look at the job you guys are doing. Like, the volunteers that are following us from show to show. Mayhem, who came out, I mean, yeah, granted he was working with, 4-letter nerd, but he helped us out, and he did volunteer in a way to help us all out, to just help a crowd that was crowded on the floor. He got that floor moving, which was fantastic. I mean, we have Reggie, who was a fan of the show, became a vendor, and now a volunteer and a vendor now. I mean, we make up our own words here. Like, look at one of the volunteers. What's her? Becky Hansen, who was at Philly, and she has been at every one of our shows. She's
her very first show with us was Philly. She applied last minute because her cousin was one of the cosplayers, one of the featured cosplayers at the show, and she is going to be unlocking the achievement of attending, volunteering at every single one of our shows this year.
Yeah, and we have volunteers that have now been made black shirts that have been with us for 4 or 5
Becky,
years.
Joe. That's Becky.
Yep. And the amount of work that they've put in and seen that and become now a black shirt, where it means more to them than it does to other shows. And again, I'm not trying to bash on other shows or anything like that. They have their own thing. Yeah. They do their own way. They think it's right. I don't. But hey, it is what it is.
But so do
But
you,
they-
Jolene.
Yeah, and like to see that and to see the retention with our vendors, our artists, the volunteers, our charity groups, the fan base itself too as well. I mean, we don't put a shitty show on, but fans keep coming out year after year, so we must be doing something right, which is fantastic.
Yeah, big shout out to you guys. This was my first year, and I got thanked by a volunteer, and I was just like, my first year, bro. And he was like, no, thank you so much for helping out. And I was just like, what? Like, this is all new. You're making me awkward. But no, it was dope because I came with this with a lot of ideas and a lot of energy. I think anybody can see that. And it's to help you guys out. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to experience this, but like I told Burgie, I think numerous times on Friday and then Saturday, hey, if you need me, just call me, And he's like, all right, man, just go somewhere. just go somewhere.
Just be mayhem.
And it's hard not to be a part of something so good. As human beings, we want to be a part of something and something so good. And Burgie, honestly, the legend that you lead kind of outspeaks for you. You know what I'm saying? And I got to see it firsthand to an extent, but firsthand, man. First of all, if you're working with Burgie, spotting a wild Burgie is a thing.
He's like fucking Batman.
No,
He
1 minute
is.
you go down
God.
the aisle, you make a left turn. Where did he go?
I was following him down, like not following him. He was like on one end and I was on the other, but we're walking down and I'm looking for a way to cut through to get to him because I'm seeing him in every gap of row. And all of a sudden he's just gone. Like you were just,
Oh,
so by
yeah.
the time I get to the other side, they're like, oh, he's in the back by the Maid Cafe. I was like, mother, he was literally
And
right here.
so, and the funny thing is, I'm slow as shit. Like I can't run. I'm slow as shit. Like stuff like that. You
Yep.
put me on a con floor, I'll give any Olympic race runner a run for his money. I'm telling you, I will buzz through that floor so fast. I move one side to the other side. I'm done. Let's go.
I swear to God, he's got some kind of transporter or something built in. 'Cause
Right?
There's ain't no fucking way. Like,
Aisle 900.
Bridge,
Now-
one to the ice hall.
I wish I had that on Saturday at the main arena, man. Get from one area to the other area.
Bruh,
with a sledge.
Saturday was just so
Oh.
crazy.
Lord.
Bruh.
So I guess we could kind of like talk about that real quick. So cons are during what, 3 days? Friday, Saturday, and
Thomas tells me
Sunday.
that.
Friday is arguably the least, and depending on the con, is like the least amount of people day. More people come in, they come and see, maybe they pick at something, whatever. But Saturday at Rhode Island Comic Con, it's you trying to buy everything and move past the signs. You got man on the megaphone talking about move it. It gets crazy. Like Kat said, the Wi-Fi is gonna go down. So if you're playing Pokemon Go, good luck.
Yeah.
Just anything else, and it gets packed. It was nice to have the megaphone. It was nice to kind of direct traffic.
Some people didn't think so.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Until we were sitting going, hey, where's man with that megaphone? We need him outside.
Right?
And Emily took the megaphone. She was out there yelling out, who's got Bruce Campbell photo ops? Get up here now.
yeah, they're like, oh, I think it was Bridget that was like, we need Mayhem's megaphone. I'm like, on it. So I went over, and to his credit, he asked me no questions. I was like, I need that megaphone. He had a look on his face like, oh, am I getting
He's
this
like,
back?
he's like, I ain't getting that back.
I took it. And then I brought it in, and the look of delight on Emily's face when I placed it in, she's like, how do you use it? I was like, you just push the button. And then she's like, oh, and she was like, okay, I'm gone. And she was out. She was
And Emily is a very loud woman on her own without
Yes.
a megaphone. You
yeah,
give
she
her that
doesn't need it,
megaphone?
but she needed it then.
And trust me, I was thoroughly confused because for that megaphone, I was actually on line control because I was off wandering to do something for something else. And they're like, oh, we need more people for line control. And I'm like, I'm right here. Let's do this. And
Well,
so
we
we're like,
even had Steve's
Next
wife
time.
Jess doing banding.
yup,
Yeah.
we did. And all I heard was Emily, if you've got tickets for this show, and this show, you need to get over to the front and go to. And I'm like, we're all like, we hear Emily, we don't see Emily. We heard her yelling for what we're doing. Where is she? And she yelled it twice, and she was gone. And we're like, Cool,
And
the
that's
people
it.
are coming up. Let's go.
And we're talking about Steve's wife, Jess. Like, she is a guest liaison to her husband Steven at a show, and she saw that we were in the deep of things, and she went up there and put wristbands on people and helped
Yeah,
out.
she offered to help. I gave her a volunteer shirt. She went right up to VIP and started banding. She's done it for us before at other shows, and also she's a nurse.
Yep.
And when we've had issues with some of our staff with the altitude, and even at some of our other shows with their blood pressure and things, she's immediately gone. Like she was like, say less, and she was on her way. We are so blessed with the
Yes.
friendships that we have made along the way. And again, that is a testament to how you treat people. You get what you give.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that at a Fan Expo show or.
Well, we also had another
Sorry.
liaison that is also a nurse jump in her high heels and run across.
Oh God, yeah. Heather Bernier.
High heels.
Heather.
Yep.
She was
Heather
wearing heels.
ran right up to the front and helped out Heather, one of our staff members who was having some issues and stuff like that, and got her going.
Her medication wasn't
Yep.
right. So she was in some trouble. And between the two of them, they got her sorted until she was able to be taken away and be seen and get her rest. And our senior con crew, our gray shirts, stepped right in to fill the void that Heather had left. I went over there to see if everything was okay and offer support, and then realized I don't need to be here. They got this. And I went back to doing other stuff. It was just the team that has been built.
We'll talk, Sebastian. Don't worry about that. We'll talk.
The team that has been built here is pretty freaking amazing from the volunteers up. And I can't even say how blessed I feel to be part of this.
I got a question. Like Mayhem, this was your first time really technically being kind of almost in the thick of things. What'd you like? What would you change? I'm curious.
Okay, so
Arrows.
So I was a volunteer.
Arrows. We had them. We couldn't find them.
We found them afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
There's that.
Sunday afternoon, Monday morning, we were
A whole ton of
there they are.
them.
So here's what I would change. Well, first of all, what I like. What I liked was the smoothness of staff because everybody had a job. Everybody was like, if you want to help, sure, but if not, move out the way. Da, 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 da. Everybody was helpful and friendly for the most part, except when giving orders, which is fine. You know, you had to be direct. Not saying you guys were mean at all. I was there under the notion like I'm a guest here. Like I'm helping out, but I'm still a guest. So like there's only but so much I can stick my toe out, you know what I'm saying, and do anything. So when you were like, hey, I need you to turn it down, I was like, oh, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like immediately, you know? So, you know, it was dope. I really liked everything. I loved the people for the most part. Like I said, I got thanked, but I knew vendors, the freeze-dried Skittles. I kept giving it to people. People were like, well, let's go back to that guy in the ice rink. He probably made so much money. I didn't check in with him. The Pikachu brothers at the ice rink, they kept seeing us, you know.
Yep.
It was amazing. We even met the voice actress of Toph Bayfog from Avatar.
I was working on the floor.
That blew my mind. She is so
Reggie,
cool.
you feeling my pain. I don't meet nobody.
That blew my mind. What I would change, if anything, is the ability to give the crowd directions.
Yeah.
Because the crowd onto themselves are a danger, and not necessarily dangerous. Like, well, they could be, God forbid, but like they don't know what to do and where to go. And I feel like vendors like that confusion because let's just say there's a traffic jam, then you stop and look, and I can make you buy stuff, and we can interact, and you know, for a good cause. But then at the same time, sometimes there needs to be a flow. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like airports. Some of the biggest, best airports have like arrows, and you don't even know it. You subconscious like, oh, this way. You know, like I gotta go this way. It's clear directions. But aside from that, I had a lot of fun. Next time I'll be in the bleachers making announcements. You know what I'm saying, and getting people because you allowed me to do certain games. If you're happy and you know,
all right. I got a blue shirt for you. Next
Yeah,
year.
you had a lot of people doing that. I saw that. A couple of people. There was one guy, I swear to God, I saw him. He looked like he was annoyed, but you're like, you're happy, and you clap your hands. He went. He just did that, but he had this look on his face. I was dying. I was like, this is a dude that's just memory. It's just like, all right, whatever. Clap my hands. Just keep moving. Like, it was funny.
But see, like for me, that's what I do. Like that's a natural thing for me. You know what I'm saying?
This was a really big year for us for Colorado. It was the most numbers that we've ever had out there, and we've kind of outgrown
Yep.
the parts of the
Oh, yeah.
building that we have. So we're hoping to have more room next year, however that works out.
Yes. We got some ideas.
Yes,
For
and
sure.
we have some things that are in the works. Hopefully,
Mhm.
I stay out of all that, but that also played into some of the crowds. We have so much to pack in such small spaces,
Listen,
and if you're there once they clean it out, you will not believe how much we fit into what looks like not a big space, especially the ice hall. When they take everything away and you come back the next day and there's people already ice skating on it, you're like, we fit how many vendors
Hell
and
yeah.
celebrities and just stuff here? That's freaking wild. It's
So-
freaking wild.
Sebastian's a great friend of mine, family friend, and he had a wedding he invited me to. I had a full hawk at that point in time. He put me at table 11. Okay, and I was like, table 11. That means we're number 1 twice, and it was amazing, greatest, honestly, probably the best wedding I've ever been to. Probably the best wedding in my life I've been to was his, and we had a great time. It was amazing. The cha-cha thing, I think it came together. So I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you nonetheless.
Did you
yeah.
see Joe's comment?
I'm
He
gonna
said
go
that
down
you're
to it.
building.
Mhm.
If
should.
yes,
Totally
you should.
should.
You should.
Yo, Sebastian, you have a blast out there, bro.
Joe McDonald's comment. Bergie is building a second floor.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get those
Joe,
you
we're
know, the
gonna
army
get a-
engineers that can do that. They can build a floor on top of something else. Like, let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, like the modulars. I think that we should just get a double-decker tent next year. What do you think?
Ooh.
Let's do it. Yeah,
No,
we're definitely moving to the rooftop. Why not?
That's where the pool is, right? Mm.
Yep. Who's on the roof?
Who's on the roof?
Yeah, no, like definitely, it could be done. You get the arrows down. You get somebody with like a megaphone in the front, at the entrances, who are like saying, hey, "Follow the arrows. Be sure to say, excuse me. You know, say sorry when you bump into people. You see something you like, make room so other people can pass, and keep it moving, but enjoy your con. Something like that, simple. Obviously, you can add some razzle dazzle on it. You know what I'm saying?
Sprinkle that.
But like, and you get people like, welcome to con, and it's crazy because like the megaphone. Everybody wanted to use the megaphone. I got a picture with the stormtroopers upstairs using the megaphone. I got Michael Myers using the megaphone, one of them at least. It was amazing, stuff like that. They want to be involved.
You put that megaphone anywhere near my ears next time, you ain't never gonna see that megaphone again.
I'm gonna change my name. Megaphone Mayhem.
Oh, and Joe,
It won't be a pickle next time.
Joe Mack says is the Hampton was the Hilton.
Yes.
The Hilton
Wait,
was
it actually reached back
outside.
to the Hilton.
It did.
reached
It did.
The Hilton.
Oh my God! Was that before? So that must have been afternoon.
That was
or Saturday
Saturday.
morning.
No, it was
Saturday
morning.
Saturday morning
Okay.
for a thing. It was like, I mean, from the equivalent to the Hilton was
That's
like,
a football field.
oh
that's
no,
a-
I thought it was like 2 or 3 football field length wise how far that damn thing
That's
was. Because
right.
I
Hold
saw
on.
that, I
From
walked
there
out
to
there,
the
I was like,
street.
damn.
Yeah, that's two. Yeah, that's two.
And
football
part of
fields.
that was
Yeah.
because you had William Shatner and Bruce Campbell, who were
Yes.
only there for a limited day, so people were trying to get in, and they had the photo ops for both of them. Epic had. I want to be clear about this. Epic photo ops scheduled their photo ops, both of them for 11 a.m. So you had a lot of people.
Yeah, I definitely.
And this was their last opportunity because Bruce was there on Sunday, but William Shatner, Saturday was his last day with us.
Yep.
In line to do that, which is why Emily had to go out there with the megaphone saying, if you have a photo op with Bruce Campbell or William Shatner, get out of line and come here so that we can get you in and lined up downstairs in the photo op area. And the line for those photo ops butterflied out and went all the way down.
Yes.
Down the hallways.
All the way
For anybody that was at the show that saw the line for Bruce Campbell, he did over 700 photo ops in under 51 minutes.
Oh my God!
700 photo ops on
In less
Saturday.
than an hour?
Yep.
Less than an hour.
That
man is a
you
machine.
swoop in and out.
And I got a chance to get a photo op with them. And every single person I was watching him do it while I was like in line, I kept sneaking over, seeing what he was doing. That man posed with every single person. Not any pose was the same. Everyone was different. And he made it such an interaction with the fans. Fans were absolutely having such a blast with him. He shook everybody's hand, said hello to everybody, moved on to the next person. he made that like 5 to 10 second interaction with them like it was his
20
life
minutes.
goal.
Yep.
Yeah. And absolutely said, I got a chance to get one. And he was like, all right, we're not going to look at the screen. All right, don't look at the camera. I looked away. He looked at the camera. I was like, bro, like, what the hell, man? And he signed my image later because he saw me walking around with it. He grabbed it, he took it, and he, do it. Like, dude was amazing. Like, absolutely incredible. And Shatner, same thing, had same line going at the same time. It wasn't as long as Campbell's, but it
Still
was a
pretty
good three,
freaking long.
It was a
Yeah.
good 300-400 people deep on both days that he was there, Friday and Saturday. Campbell's, he must have done over 1,200 photo ops in 2 days. Like a machine. And the suit he wore, God, come on, man. That's a pimp. I don't care. That was a pimp. That suit he wore that Saturday.
That gray one?
Him.
Oh, that was a pimp suit, man. I'm telling you. I was waiting for a little baby powder. Just saying.
That reminds me of that comedian who said for Arnold how he has to like greet people. Hi, how are you doing? It's a pleasure to meet you. Hi, like it was
He's like just teeing him up on the elbow, just hi, how do you? He's doing that. He gets down, he slows him down, he reads him for a second.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Gabriel Iglesias does that comedian. I love that one.
Listen, it was a great show. It was, and you know what's crazy? Working the line for Bruce Campbell and William Shatner wasn't that bad, at least for me. And that goes to show what kind of company, what kind of people you guys run at the con, because like we were like, okay, we got to do this, and I was back and forth. Everybody was pretty happy for the most part. That other line was not. We're not going into that, but it was just like boom, 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 boom. So, and I still think the people who weren't supposed to get photos still ended up getting photos that day. So, shout out to y'all. Especially for Bruce, because everybody loves Bruce.
Oh God, Bruce was a man.
And Cassandra too.
Yeah.
Oh,
AKA Elvira.
Yeah, she was cool. I didn't get a chance to meet her at this one, but I was talking to her agent and stuff like that. She had an absolute blast. She had so much fun at the show. From what I talked to from him, it was really cool. I think one of my favorite interactions I had was Daniel Ross, who is the voice of Donald Duck. And I was sitting there talking about how I was talking to him about how I saw one of the TikTok videos where it was like one of the songs that was being sung or something sounded like Donald Duck. He's like, oh, I saw that one. And then he started doing the voice of it and he was singing the song. And I was like, obviously I can't record it, but I was dying laughing. The dude had me in stitches.
He was great.
He was
the way
fantastic.
he does the Donald Duck laugh is he does this thing to his cheek and it makes that sound. And I can't recreate that. But let me tell you, the delight. He did it for like almost everybody that came into the line, but he always said something to him. A lot of the voice actors, like I did not really get to meet anyone in the main arena because the only time I was over there was when I was covering breaks and stuff. But when I was in the ice hall, I got to spend the day with Billy West and then part of the day with David Hayter. And then I always stop by David Sobolov's table because he's my favorite.
Such a nice guy.
He is one of the best people that you'll ever meet. And of course, Stevie Oakes, our resident family guy. He and his wife, amazing. And I love them to freaking pieces. But so many of these voice actors and just even the people that came were so kind and gave such positive experiences to their people. And the show was frenetic. We always have a shortage of volunteers as opposed to the people that we need to have sitting with these people, but somehow it always comes together. We always rock it out and people walk away with these once in a lifetime experiences. And that kind of being part of that machine is unlike any other feeling. And that's why so many of us devote our vacation time to doing these shows. And so many volunteers follow us out of their own pocket. Follow us across state lines, sometimes taking airplanes, just to be part of that machine because it really is
stupid
like
American
nothing else.
It is totally worth it.
Just don't take American Airlines. Jesus.
No, I did Southwest.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and I don't think. Well, he got lucky because he went with Emily, and he got premier seating. He got to be the first ones on the plane.
That was amazing.
Like the rock star that he is, while the rest of us were trying to check in exactly 24 hours before so that we could get boarding A.
You know how you see those videos on TikTok or Reels on Instagram and it says like Tell me something you feel is illegal, but it's not illegal. That was me with Emily getting onto the plane before everybody else was. I was like,
Because
feel
her
like
arm
this is
was in a
illegal.
sling.
but this is not illegal. This is weird to me. But it
Did
was great.
you see Rebecca's question, Bridgie?
I did.
Okay.
I can't go upon much of it. We have thought about that to do that, but we had one year where we didn't have any celebrities actually on the floor, and that really hurt some of the sales and stuff like that because a lot of the crowd stayed off the main floor and they were in the celebrity halls. So we put celebrities back down there, and we try to do that with it. The downfall to it is nothing against anybody or anything like that. The amount of celebrities that we have, sometimes it has too many of them at one time, and they're big names, and you got to get them out for photo ops.
Right.
So it causes some lines and some havoc. I am working on a few things to possibly change that up this year. I got to see what the venue and they're going to allow me to do, but there will be some changes. I just can't say how much or what's going to be going on right now, but I'm working on the Rhode Island floor plan to tweak some stuff, add the celebrities properly, and make more lines for the photo op area. Trust me, the venue wants me to do something with it as well, so I'm working on it.
Gotcha.
I have a meeting with them.
And he'll do it because he's a miracle man.
I have a meeting with them right after
show you're
TerraCon.
right.
So
He has so much goodwill with people, like vendors and artists, and even like the venues, even though he didn't know who the person was that sent us that text message today. He's like, who the hell is this?
I was like, who the hell sent this over? And I'm like, I don't know who the hell this is.
But anyway.
People like me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big daddy cake
Sure you
boss,
don't.
Virgie. Okay.
Sure you don't.
Listen, man, make it happen. You obviously have the team. You seem to have a vision. Most I would say is just get somebody to direct it, whether it be with a megaphone or with a voice that naturally heals overnight. Because you start off like this, and then the next day, you know,
I would like
Sunday. I sound like I'm a 3-pack a day smoker some days.
You know.
I would like to say two things, and then we can move on.
Possible.
One, Bergie, I would like the same HQ that we had this year. That really worked out for us, and it's a better space than where we were originally.
Which show?
Colorado.
Okay.
I hate the one for Rhode Island, but I know that we don't have many options there. And the other thing is, if everyone could please politely bully Bergie to accept help, that would be fantastic.
That's not gonna happen. That's not
It's
how
not
that
going to
works.
happen if no one says anything.
It's not gonna happen because he's not gonna let it. Oh no, I got it. And he's gonna disappear.
If enough of us ride his badonkadonk, and we
His
know that it's got room for plenty of us,
Wait.
he will allow for PC. He's even won an award for it. That was one of the highlights of Colorado for me, was seeing him get the.
Is that your rear?
No, so there was a
Yes,
joke
it
on a
is.
post one day. Something about I had a nice badunkadunk, as Mr.
That's
Joe Mack
your
likes to
rear.
say.
You got an award for your rear.
So Eric had posted something about number one ass, and my boy Beardsley made this for me, and they did a meeting on Saturday, thinking it was actually a legit meeting. And then he's up there, and then they all started talking about me. And I looked at Emily right away. I was like, I swear to God, I'll flip tables. I'm not down with this. And then she's like, I didn't do this. This wasn't me. This was Eric and Beardsley. I was like, oh, I like Eric. Like, you get one shot. You can hit me once. I was like, oh, I'm gonna knock you out with a chair.
I have pictures and video, Joe.
And then they gave me this for best ass award.
Yeah, you know what? I think we do need to give.
But only Bergie can do what Bergie does. But there are things that Bergie also has to do that can be handled by other people.
I know I got to give up some stuff. Like I do.
Hey, but don't look at it as giving up.
No, I know it's not giving up.
You have people that are willing to help you so that you can focus on the really important things. Let them.
I know. I got to try. I'm sorry.
Rock those shorts.
Let them. No.
I know. I try.
No one fills out those Wrangler shorts. Are they Wrangler? I don't even know.
They're not Wrangler.
It's
from
not the
Kohl's.
80s.
They're probably
It's not like
champion.
Wrangler.
They're from Kohl's. They have
Oh.
sales on shorts. all the time. I love their
They're the
shirts.
stretch fits.
Yes, they're stretch fits. Exactly. I got a lot of.
Well, you got to stretch it to get that
They
thing
got a
in
little
there.
chunky here, you know.
Yeah.
I do want to go back to one of the comments, Rebecca, where she says we are making New York City and San Diego jealous. That is the truth. I hate to say it. No, we actually like joke. All joking aside, whenever we do Colorado Springs Comic Con, y'all love us out there in Colorado, which blows my damn minds on it. But the second Denver makes an announcement of a celebrity, the fans are all over him. That's nothing. Colorado Springs did this, and this, and we're just like, I'm just sitting back like, please tell them more.
Yes.
Correct me
feel
if
like
I'm wrong, Bridgie,
Dr.
but
Evil from Inspector Gadget.
Wow.
Like, excellent.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
yeah, like Simpsons.
Yes.
Mr. Burns.
It is.
Um,
I was thinking Dr. Evil from Mike Myers. also.
Rhode Island Comic Con has the most celebrities
Correct.
of any
Ooh.
show in New England or even like the entire East Coast.
So Rhode Island Comic Con
For
right
sure, New
now
England.
is up for a Guinness Award for the most celebrities, most autographed celebrities at one place at one time.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
we are up for one of those. We have the most folks at a show signing autographs and doing photo ops at any convention in the world out there. So besides like Fan Expo and maybe one other company in Europe,
Mhm.
we are the largest family-owned and family-run convention in the world.
Nice.
Not corporate run, family run. So that's also a key thing I like to throw out there, like what Kat was saying. So you're at like Fan Expo, you're at San Diego, New York, they're industry-run shows. Hence why you didn't see any celebrities at the San Diego show. You're not going to see any at the New York City one. They're not dropping new trailers. They can't and stuff like that because of the industry, what's going on. We are run by a small group of people, and you see what we put on with that. Imagine if we had the backing like they do with all the corporate money that they put through.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't hope we ever don't get like that, because I think money corrupts and greed, like, in a way. I like the way we do our shows. It's family run. It's more intimate. We have a better time with everybody, and it's just a lot better. That's just me.
And we all have like a rhythm now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely saw that. I
We do a lot of talking without our mouths, which is amazing because we do a lot of talking with our mouths too.
with
Well,
a conversion of
We're
Wolverine.
across the room, like,
Yeah,
All right.
like if I give Bridgie a look and I'm like this, and he looks and he's like, he'll nod, and we
Right.
already know. Like we already know.
That
I'm
is
like
true.
We do.
I'm like that with Birdo. My boy Birdo, he is my right hand man at a show. Like, I literally could not do some of the stuff I do at a show without him. So I'm very appreciative that he is willing to put up with me at a show on some days where I'm a little grumpy. But we can look at each other from across the hall. I'll look at him. He'll look at the wall, look at me, and I go, and I already know what he's thinking. He knows what I'm thinking too. I'm like, do it, bro. I know you got it. You're gonna do it. Take care of it. Let's just get it go. He'll come up to me later. You know what I was thinking, right? I was like, yeah, you want to move those two tables out? You're gonna move a celebrity over to do this. He's like, I was like, dude, I know you look. Like, this is a kid when we used to play basketball. Like, we didn't even have to see each other on the court. We knew each other was for passes and whatnot and stuff like that. Like, we just clicked like that playing sports. It's a friendship. It's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You know, it helps.
Yeah. And if like somebody comes to, let's say, Emily and myself, and they present a situation, Emily and I will look at each other, and she won't even have to move her head or anything, but just a look, I'll nod and I'm off, because I already know, like we've already had the conversation and I'm off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you don't get that everywhere. You just don't.
Yeah. But enough about us. How about you guys? How you guys doing? How the fans doing?
Yes, let us know. I just want to wrap it up and say I think doing a con is a fun thing. Definitely volunteer for it if you're up for it. Remember, comfortable shoes. Go through Cat. Change your socks. Excuse me.
Bring
Also change your shots too.
Yeah, his shots.
Another thing I'll say, any kind of immune boosters. God, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Emergency
Emergencies.
vitamins, whatever. Stock up. Take them every day, no matter how you feel, and you will avoid serious issues later.
Unless you're Mia or Mayhem. You
Yo,
get that crud.
for some reason I didn't get sick until I got home.
That's
And
how
then-
it works.
And then it
Well,
was
that's
just
how
like,
it works.
Yeah, so
This is what I did. You take 3 a day. They're just like gummies, and this is not a paid for advertisement. But I also like to do the emergency packets with hot water as like a tea at the end of the day, or to start your day, whatever you prefer. But it does help. And if you're from sea level, like 3 out of the 4 of us right now, and you go to Colorado, be prepared for that altitude. They do sell oxygen in a can, which is wild to me, but
Some
I need to
people
buy
need
one of
it.
those. I want to buy one of those next time we're there, just
I
to
know.
take a hit of it really quick. Because
and I also just want one. I'm so sorry, but like Becky did fly out, and we love her, and she's going to be at all 7 shows this year. It was amazing. But we also had another one fly out. His name is Los. He's the one that makes those rugs for everybody. He flew out to be part of the show too, and these were both people that we met this year. So that And then we had some of our long timers like Bruce and Joanna. They flew out. They're from the Rhode Island, Massachusetts area. They flew out too. We get people that fly out on their own dime, and it's not cheap. We're talking $500 plus just to be part of that. And you can't claim that with conventions that pay staff. Like don't have volunteers. They have like people on their payroll for that weekend.
Well, look at it this way too. Look at how many of these volunteers also go to other shows, and they talk us up for our show for Rhode Island.
They
Like,
recruit.
I was at Fan Expo Boston last year, and I remember there, and there was volunteers coming to me. I got like 5 or 6 that are going to volunteer for us for Rhode Island in November. I'm like, what the? Are you kidding me? They're like, yeah, no, they don't want to be here anymore. They want to come with us. And I was like, oh damn, like that's wow. Like we met their volunteer coordinator. Me and Emily did, and we told her there's some issues with a couple of their volunteers. And this lady's like, yep, and just walked away. We're like, lady, that dude's black shirted from our shows because of what he's done with celebrities, like handing him scripts for things he's done and stuff like that, like stalking celebrities. And you have him working with 2 of your big celebrities. For real? Like, all right. I guess you don't care for the welfare of your celebrities. I'm just saying.
Well,
yeah, we did steal you, J-Bo. Yeah. What up?
So we kind of got to wrap this up. This has been almost 15 minutes past.
But I love hearing about how great I am. No, I'm just kidding.
Tell me
You hear
more
that
about
every
me.
show, Bergie.
Tell me more about me. I do want to take the time out to do 2 things, actually 3 things. The first thing is, obviously, if you have the chance, you have the opportunity, definitely check out our merch store, support Bergie, and buy his Big Daddy merch. His merch line,
Or one of the other of us that are starving over
if you
here.
like it, whatever.
I mean, if we're important to you,
know,
we'll just say.
We're
that
the
mayhem
one
shirt.
the one of us that don't have our own tab of merch.
It's great shows to tell people about. But wait, he goes, yeah, Mayhem's been talking too much. The second thing, obviously, is to definitely give Bergie a shout out. Definitely if you were there, just say, hey, thanks, boss. Thank Cake Boss. Thank him, all that good stuff, because he does really deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Support him, all that good stuff, and check in on him, all that good stuff. Check in
And
on
if
people.
you do come to TerraCon or Rhode Island Comic Con, just mention Big Daddy Bergie at admissions. You won't get anything, but it'll be funny as hell.
Oh, Big Daddy merch. Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. That's right. We got to get one with me with a Santa hat on.
Yeah, as a
Dog.
stocking
Santa.
stuffer.
I want a Bergie jacket. The blue jacket. I want a Bergie jacket. I don't know what that looks like. Mia.
Oh, a bomber jacket.
I don't know. I gotta figure
Yeah,
out.
it's a bomber.
It's a bomber jacket, but I don't know what I want on the design. My shirt, which was here, was raffled off. So, Bergie, I need you to sign that as well. And the last thing, of course, is join us next week. I don't know what we're gonna be talking about. There's so many different things. There's Ahsoka, which is
I was gonna say, can we talk about Ahsoka?
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Well, wait.
I don't know what you're
stop.
talking about. You're not going to be here next week.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I won't be here next Wednesday.
You're
Ya
gonna be all
bum.
busy.
I won't be either.
Yeah, we might have to be doing it from a hotel room, possibly, if we can.
You want Bergie on the side of your jacket? Man?
I will be
Maybe.
traveling, so that I will not be here next week.
Well,
That
we'll
might be a
figure
tough
it
one
out.
too.
We'll figure it out. As always,
Wait, but before
Okay.
we go,
Okay.
I got one thing because everybody's asking. So let me share.
Yeah.
Let me share.
I have to stay behind.
It should have been you. Oh, and there's Becky right there. And Toka. I love our volunteers. I really do.
Toka is
I
a
love them all.
beast out there.
I know.
Yes,
and let
he
me tell you,
is.
I'm not going to tell you their ages, but those two over there, I call my sweet babies.
Yo,
We're not that far in age.
Nope.
One of them's actually older than me.
Is this a toss or a throw?
Listen.
It was supposed to be me. It was supposed to be me.
I played catcher for softball, never pitcher, and you'll see.
I love it. He's like
That
Matrix. It. He was like
so not even. He just
he Matrixed that style.
casually,
And the
he just
worst part is
casually
like
went.
we
I don't-
threw it at him.
You know,
in the
now that I think
bathroom.
about it,
And
you
then
didn't
I
say
felt
he didn't.
so
He
bad.
couldn't move his head, and it slowed down. You should hit.
And it was right in my eyes.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
look on Kat's face, and she is crying, laughing. She could barely stand as she went to the sink.
Yeah. You have to get that on a shirt. Like
Oh, there's
look at her
Lindsay.
throwing the pickle.
Dustin. And then in my last seconds, I plugged the show. I was so proud of me.
You did an amazing job.
Thank
Reggie,
you.
I gotta ask: is that the first time 4 inches couldn't crush you?
Yeah.
Joe, that was
Maybe it could have been 5. I don't know.
In the locker room where Volunteer HQ was, there was it was a shower and bathroom combined just
Combo.
behind some curtains. It should have been you, Mayhem.
Listen, I didn't know we were supposed to stay so late after the show. My thing was I
Oh wow, he had
Oh, he
to
kicked
kid.
himself out?
Yeah, he did.
He's like, I know I'm supposed to stink, and he out.
I had to go.
anyway, I thought we early, so I went to go get sleep. I was gonna say we need a happy moment of the week, but that's it.
I hope y'all like to edit because it's always got to be the triple impact. Always the triple impact. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when editing your videos, the funny impact needs 3 hits to send it home.
My question is, Becky was filming from a different angle.
Yeah.
Can we see it from Becky's angle? Because that's what I want to see. Becky, can you forward that over to one
Yeah,
of us so we can
Becky,
take a
send
look
it
at that?
to me. Can you
Because I
send it to
need
me
to see
through
the look on
Messenger?
this man's face as it just like it like hits him in the face. Like I need to see it. I
And
really
I
do.
was so reluctant to do it because I was really hoping to peg freaking Mayhem right in the. And I was like, "Where's May?" The only person who knew that I was going to do that was Reggie. No, was it Reggie or did I tell
No,
Mia? It was
it was
Mia.
Mia.
I had only told Mia that I was doing that. She was the only one who knew.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've already been pickled. Until next week, folks.
This time.